Give me a home out in the bush, please. Lots of more trees, a bong or two, me mate. Wild roost, some skunk out the back. Hydro in the shed, and the old smoking shed, and the old smoking shed.
G'day, welcome to the Terpene Table, where cannabis culture meets cultivated conversation. I'm your host, Wild Roo, grower, guide, and your mate in the garden. Each episode, we dig into the roots of the plant, from terpene talk to cultivar deep dives, to stories shaping the cannabis scene. So roll one, pack one, pour a cuppa, and let's hop in. This episode of the Terpene Table is brought to you by Growers Pal. Aussie legends when it comes to keeping your clones safe in transit. If you've ever tried to post a cutting wrapped in wet paper towel and cling wrap, you'll know it's a gamble at best. Growers Pal clone shippers take the guesswork out of it. Purpose built with segmented compartments to keep your genetics snug, and even a little LED light to keep them happy on the road. Whether they're headed up the coast or across the country, you can trust your prize cuts will land fresh, not fried. They're mates of the Roo and they're mates of the Discord, so you know their growers looking out for you, not just trying to sell you something. Head over to growerspower.com.au. That's www.growerspal.com.au and sort yourself out with a proper kit for moving your genetics across the country, because good clones deserve a fair dinkum safe ride. G'day legends, and welcome back to the Terpene Table. I'm your host, Wild Roo, your guide through this jungle, and today, in this season 2, we're pulling up a chair at a different kind of table, the Grow Table. Season 1 was all about terpenes, the smells, the flavours, the effects, the vibes. But if you really want to appreciate those terps, you've got to understand how they're grown. And that's what Season 2 is all about, Grow Guides. We're keeping it simple, breaking down the basics of how to grow, from the mediums we plant in, to the lights we run, to the nutrients we feed. No crazy deep science talk, just the info you need to get started or sharpen up your foundation. And today, we're kicking things off with a classic, soil. Old school, reliable, and still a favourite for a lot of growers. So, let's dig in. What soil growing really means. Soil growing is exactly what it sounds like. Putting your plant in a pot filled with soil and letting nature do its thing. But, let me clear this up right away. Not all soil is created equal. If you just scoop up some dirt from your backyard, you're probably setting yourself up for headaches and even complete failure. Cannabis roots like light, fluffy, well aerated soil. Something that lets them breathe and stretch out while still holding on to water and nutrients. Think of soil as more than just a place to stick roots. It's an ecosystem. A living soil has microbes, fungi, organic matter, and even little critters like nematodes working together to make nutrients available for your plant. It's almost like having a built-in support crew underground. Why grow in soil? Now, let's talk about why soil is such a go-to. The pros. First off, soil is forgiving. If you're new, soil gives you a cushion. You overwater a little or miss a feed, the soil's got your back. Second, flavour. Growers will argue forever about this, but a lot of people swear that soil-grown buds have richer, earthier, more complex terpene profiles. If you're chasing taste and aroma, soil is often a winner. Third, it's just plain accessible. You don't need pumps, pipes, a pH meter and all that gear just to get started. Grab some decent soil, a pot, and you're in business. But Every rose has its thorn, right? Here are the cons. Soil grows slower than hydro or cocoa. It's the tortoise in the race. Steady, but not the fastest. Your yields might be smaller compared to high-tech methods. And pests. Once fungus gnats or root aphids get into your soil, it's like fighting a little underground war. How to grow in soil step by step. Alright, let's break this down into some simple steps. Step 1. Pick your soil. Look for mixes made for cannabis or veggies. You want it fluffy, not compact. Perlite, pumice or cocoa in the mix is always a good sign. That means it drains well. If the bag says feeds for 6 months, walk away. That's slow release chemical fertilizer, and cannabis, it just doesn't like that stuff. Step 2. Pot size matters. Bigger pots means bigger roots, and bigger roots means bigger plants. For autos, 3 to 5 gallons is a sweet spot. For photos, 5 to 10 gallons is more what you're looking for. Fabric pots are great because they air prune the roots and help avoid overwatering. Step 3. Feeding. Most bag soils come with a starter charge of nutrients, so for the first 2 or 4 weeks, you might not need to add anything. After that, you've got a couple of options. Bottled nutrients or organics, like top dressing with compost, worm castings, and dry amendments. Either way, go slow. Cannabis prefers light feeding compared to, say, tomatoes. Step 4. Watering. Now, this is a big one. If there's one mistake soil growers make, it's overwatering. A healthy rhythm is water thoroughly, then let the top 2 inches dry before watering again. Pick up your pot. If it feels heavy, wait. If it feels light, it's thirsty. It's pretty simple. Common mistakes and how to avoid them. Alright, now let's hit the rookie traps. Wrong soil choice. Miracle Grow or anything with slow release fertilizer. Instant regret. Poor drainage. If your soil turns to mud, your roots can't breathe and you're asking for root rot. Overloving your plants. Too much water, too much feed, too much fussing. Sometimes the best thing you can do is just let them be. One tip from experience, trust the process. Cannabis, it wants to grow. Soil makes it easy. Don't overcomplicate it. And here we are with today's golden nugget. Good soil should feel alive. If it looks like dead dirt, it probably is. Look for mixes with perlite, compost, maybe some peat or cocoa, and ideally some microbial life built in. A living soil doesn't just feed your plants, it protects them and keeps everything in balance. And that's soil in a nutshell. Simple, forgiving, flavorful. The classic way to grow. Next episode, we're leveling up into hydroponics, the high speed, high yield, but high risk side of growing. Faster growth, bigger buds, but way less room for error. Thanks for joining me at the Terpene Table. If you're enjoying the grow guides, share the pod, drop a review, and most importantly, keep growing. Until next time, keep it green, keep it clean, and I'll see you at the table.
Give me a home out in the bush, please, with lots of more trees, a bomb or two, me, mate. Wild roots, some skunk out the back, hydro in the shed, in the old smoking chair. In the old smoking chair.